questions as you need.
This call is now being recorded.
Okay. All right, so the first question was, bill comes to 550,000 rupiah before tax. Well, 8% and 10% was added. Calculate the final bill. So we need to get these percentages. You can work them out separately, or you can combine them into one percentage. If you want, you can do 55,000 and get 8%. You could do the same and get 10%. So remember, convert them into decimals to get a percentage. And then we can add whatever our two answers are on to the final bill. That's one method of doing it. So you would have needed the calculator for that, but definitely show whatever you typed into the calculator for full marks. Okay, so you would get 44,000. And of course, if you're multiplying by 0.1 here, you just move the decimal place 1, so it's 55. That's 99,000 added on to the bill. And then you can just add that on to, I don't need to do it over there, just add it back onto that. 941,649 thousand. So maybe you could do it a little bit quicker if you just had multiplied straight away by all the percentages, 118%. So 1 and 0.18, so 10% and 8% together. If I did them all together, I get the same answer, and you could have got there a lot quicker. But it's up to you which method you did. All right, so that was worth 3 marks. Second question here, we are looking at a straightforward addition. But there's a decimal, but that's okay. We shouldn't be too worried about that, but you couldn't use the calculator. So 9 and 5 is 14, plus another 9 is 23. So I use the unit and carry the 10. So 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus another 9 is 28. So another 2 carried over. The decimal place stays in the same spot. 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 5 is 14, plus another 2 is 16. So I think 1683, and you can check that in your calculator. Next question, fill in the gaps to make them equivalent. All right, so this one's been multiplied by 3, so the denominator must also be multiplied by 3, so that would be 4 times 3, which is 12. This can also be referred back to this first fraction. 28 is 7 times bigger than 4, so 3 must be 7 times bigger. 21. Remember, you can always test these by simplifying back. If I divided top and bottom by 7, I get 3/4, and it works like that. Question 4, splitting an amount. Split 8,200 in the ratio 3:1. All right. So ratios are pretty much fractions. How many parts do I have here in total? I have 4 parts to the prize. So in other words, I'm looking for 1/4, 1 out of 4, and 3/4, 3 out of 4. But I need to find what one part is. So 8,200 divided by 4 will give me what one part is. Now I can use my calculator for this if you need it. Divided by 4, and I get 2050. That's one part. I also need to know what 3 parts are, because there's 3 parts in the question as well. By multiplying by 3, and I get no Reese, no. 6150, I think. So how do I show my answer then? I would split 6150 ... 2050 like that. That was how you would show your answer properly. So I don't know if you did that or not. But if you got those 2 answers in it, you'd get full marks. Next question. If I paid 2/7 of my phone bill of that much, how much have I still left to pay, or still to pay? So if I paid 2/7, I've left to pay 5/7. Because 7/7 would be the whole bill. So that means I need to find 5/7 of this number. All right. So a couple ways we can do this. We can multiply by 5 and divide by 7 is maybe the easiest way. Or divide by 7, multiply by 5. I know 7 fits into 350, so 1/7, in other words. Sorry, 5 fits into 350 to give 1/7, so that'd be 70 times, doesn't it? You can do that in your calculator. So 1/7 is 70, I think. So if I want to find out what 7/70 is, it's, well, multiply by 7, 490. So that was, yeah. So I'm sure a lot of you did 2/7 of 350 and just went straight into the question, but it's important to read the question fully. How much have I still to pay? So you could have got 2/7 and then subtracted. Okay, so 2/7. This is 7/7. Hold on. If I paid, I might have got this wrong. If I paid 2/7, this is 7/7, is it?
I think it's 250. I got 250.
Oh yeah, no, you're wrong. Sorry, I thought that was 5/7. That's not 5/7. I need to get 5/7 of this. So I do divide by 7, which gives 50, and multiply by 5. My bad. I thought that was the 5/7. I was getting 7/7. Okay, so 350 then. Divide by 7 if I want to get, and multiply by 5, and that will give. That's a lot easier. Sorry, that was an easier question than I thought it was. Yes, 250. Or you could have done what 2/7 was and subtracted, and that would give the same thing. 100 take away 350. All right, my mistake on that one. All right, question 6 then. Which is the bigger ratio? Well, there's a number of ways you can compare these. Comparing fractions, 2/5 or 5/13. Which is bigger? Well, I'm not too sure unless I have something to compare them. Make them the same denominator, so maybe 65, because 5 times 13 is 65. If I multiply this one by 13 times 13, okay, so I get 26/65. Or if I multiply this by 5/5, that's 25/65. All right. So which is bigger? This one. All right, so 2 to 5. Now another way you could do that is maybe put in decimals. I see Reese saying that in the chat. So which is bigger, 5/13? 2 divided by 5 then is 0.4, or 5 divided by 13. Well, I'll do that on my calculator because I'm not quick enough. It's 0.385 rounded. Okay, so that's another way of comparing them. You could use the cross multiply method either. So this is moving on to our third method for this one. 2/5 or 5/13. If I just cross multiply here, I get 2 times 13 is 26, and 5 times 5 is 25. So what you're just doing is comparing the numerators, and that's bigger as well. So whichever way you work, the one on the left was bigger, 2 to 5 is bigger. 3 methods. All right. Calculate the following. Okay, we need a common denominator here. 5/8 plus, well, if I multiply these by 2/2, I turn it into an equivalent fraction of 2/8. And that means my answer is out of 8s, and that's 7/8, as George says, yeah. Multiplying straight lines. So 5/6, I'll just do it here. Multiply by 2/3. I can pre-simplify here. Remember, and simplify. If I pre-simplify, I get 1 and 3, because 2 fits into that, and 2 fits into that. But you could have done it afterwards. 5 times 1 is 5, and 3 times 3 is 9. If you didn't do it, you would get 10/18, and then you divide by 2. This one, our old Kentucky Fried Chicken. Keep, change, flip, 5/6. Change the sign. So you kept the first one, change the sign, flip to 3/2. Then I can multiply in straight lines. Okay, I'll post simplify, so simplify after I get the answer. I could do 3 and 6 here, but I'll do it afterwards. 5 times is 15. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, and then I can simplify by dividing by 3, top and bottom. It's 5 over 4, or I'll accept that, or I'll accept 1 1/4. I think that's the answer. Okay. All right, question 8, complete, simplify where possible. All right, so the middle one is probably the easiest one. Decimal to percentage, just multiply by 100, I get 55%. And that was easy. And then percentage, from 1% getting to a decimal, divide by 100. So that's multiplying by 100. That's dividing by 100, I get 0.01. All right, working backwards. Well, if I have 2 decimal places here, that means I can put that as a fraction out of 100 with 2 zeros. 0, 0, if you think it goes back to the hundredths. That's 1/100. Can it be simplified? No, it can't be simplified. All right. Jaden, I'm not going to go back now. I'll post this as a video on YouTube and you can check it out again, how I did it. Okay. Same here, there's 2 decimal places, so I can go back over 100. 55 over 100. 2 decimal places, 2 zeros, it goes to hundredths, so it's over 100. Now I can simplify this and simplify where possible, it says in the question. So I think 5 divides in nice and evenly into the numerator and denominator. 55 divided by 5 is 11, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. You could have done that division on your calculator. All right, how do I get from a fraction to a decimal? A little bit of calculator work here. You might know this one anyway, but to get from a fraction to a decimal, you just do 5 divided by 8, the numerator divided by the denominator, and you get 0.625. You didn't need a calculator for that, but you could have used one. Yeah, you could use a calculator for some questions, but all questions can be done without a calculator as well, so there's no huge advantage. How would you do this? You just do 5 and 0.000 and then divide 8 into it. That's fine. You should be able to do the whole test without the calculator. But in general, you're allowed a calculator in year 8. So 0, it doesn't go into 5, but it does go into 56 times, and with a remainder of 2. 8 fits into 22 times, with a remainder of 4, and 8 fits into 45 times. So you could have just done it division method. Okay, and to turn that into a percentage, just multiply by 100, 62.5%. Okay, conversions. Oh well, 4 into 15 fits 3 full times with a remainder of 3. So we put that remainder back over the denominator. Converting the other way, well, 2 is 2 wholes, so that's 4/4 twice if you think about it. So we got 4/4, that's what 2 is. 4/4 twice, and we have a 3/4. So if you put all those bits together, you could do it that way. 4 plus 4 plus 3 is 11 over 4. Or you could do it the quick method. 2 times 4 is 8, add the 3, and you get 11 over 4. Either way is fine, 11 over 4. Okay. All right. Next question. List these fractions from biggest to smallest. 2 methods again here. If you have a calculator, you can change them to decimals. If you don't, you can just use equivalent fractions. You just need to find a common denominator between 8, 5, and 7. Perhaps not the easiest thing to do, but I know that 8 times 5 times 7 definitely is 1. 280 is definitely a common denominator. You can put them all over 280 if you want. Let's do that. So 8 would have to be times by 5 and 7. So the top would have to be times by 5 and 7. So 5 times 5 times 7. That's 175. 3 over 5, well, that has to be times by 8 and 7. It's easier to convert to decimals, yeah. It is easier. So this would have to be, it's all over 280. This would have to be times by 8 and by 7. You can do that as rough work, or you can just do it on a calculator. 168. Okay, and then 4 over 7, same thing, multiply by 8 and 5. So 4 by 8, and that's 160. Okay, so they are in the wrong order. If you change them to decimals as well, you'll get the same answer. The smallest, the biggest we want. So the smallest one was actually 4 over 7. And that is, you don't have to put in these symbols, but it's good practice to say that the next one is bigger. 3/5 is then bigger than 4 over 7, but it is smaller than 5 over 8. So you can write them like that, or you can just write them with commas in between. It would have been fine. 4/7, 3/5, 5/8. Any way you did it. There's a number of methods. Changing to decimal is definitely an acceptable method. All right. Interested by this one? All right. I'm sure some of you got 713.8 or something. I think is a common mistake in this question. All right. So there's some voting going on. These people received these votes. So let's just count the votes. Many people in total. You can count them up, or just use the calculator for a little bit quicker. I'll do it just to make sure. I think it's 648. So 648 is the total number of votes. Yeah, this question has come up somewhere before, yeah. So 648. So it should be not a challenge that much. It's the last three that wouldn't have. Right, if 90% of the population voted, this is 90%. That is 90%. And I want to find 100%. I want to find everybody. So if I have 90% and I want to find 100%, I don't get 10% of 90%, because that's only going to be 9%. I need to get, yeah. Seriously. Sorry, Mr. Baccanello popping in. Okay, so if you didn't know it was 90%, well, that's read the question. Yeah. So 3 candidates voted, or they received votes. 90% of the people voted only, not 100%. So this total is only 90%. So I need to find 1%. So if I divide this by 90, I will find 1%. So 648 divided by 90, and I get around 7.2. That's 1%. Okay, not 100%. If I multiply that by 100, I get 100%, which is 720. Now, what you should have noticed, if you did it the other way around and got 10% of this, you'll get a decimal as your final answer, which wouldn't make any sense, as the total number of students in the school could not be a decimal. So that's why you should have possibly noticed that that one was wrong. All right. This one, all right, this is actually easier than the one that came up in the practice test, I think, because we really don't need to use BEDMAS here. In the practice test, the division was here, so you had to do it first, even though it was in the second position. But this one, BEDMAS says you do division before addition, so we just need to divide these two first. To do division, we got to have improper fractions. So a bit like one of the earlier questions, like question 6, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 3 is 17 over 7. I'm going to do a quick keep, change, flip here. I'm already going to change that to multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. So it's 14 over 3, which is going to flip to 3 over 14. Okay. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to add this bit later. I'll do that later in a bit. Okay. So multiplying 17 times 3. Well, with the use of a calculator, maybe we could do it or not. I get 51. And 7 times 14. Well, I know 7 times 12 is 84. So 7 times 14 then would be another 2 7s added on. But you can use a calculator for that as well. All right. And then I need to add 2.5. Okay, so that was the bit I was saying I was going to do later. Well, I can just add 2. So I've just add 2. And then I'll just do separately the 51 over 98 plus a half. Might be a little bit easier because I'm going to not multiply by 2. I'm just going to add 2 to that afterwards, 2 whole. So I don't need to compare it. I could do 5 over 2. I'll get the same answer. 98 and 2 have a common factor of, or common denominator of 98. So what's half of 98? Well, I can use my calculator again if I want, but maybe I can do it in my head. It's 49. Okay, so let's add this. 51 over 98 plus, this has changed to 49 over 98 because I've multiplied top and bottom by the same number to get to 98. So it's tricky to get that common denominator. That gives me 100 over 98. I'm going to add 51 and 49, which is 1 and 2 98ths, which is actually, well, if I simplify this down, it's 1 and 1/49th, because that's divided by 2, divided by 2. All right. But of course, I still have to add this 2 from before, so it's actually, the answer is 3 and 1/49th. Okay, so that's maybe not necessarily the neatest bit of work by me. I went around in circles a little bit, but there's a number of methods. 3 and 1/49th. Now, this is my first time doing this, so I could have made an error, but I don't think I did. I see other people are putting different ones in the chat. So Jaden got 3 and 2 over 98. Yeah, I think that's the right answer, but you need to simplify that 2 over 98. You should notice that they're both even numbers. Oh, indeed, Jaden. Okay, so that's the answer, 3 and 1 over 49. Okay, I'm sure most of you forgot what you did, but hopefully you followed my method. You can check when you get your tests back, and you can compare it to this video then. Sum of money is 2 to 5 to 7. No, Jaden, you get 1 out of 2 marks. I'm sorry, but microphone off, whoever that is. Harry. Okay. All right. So we have George thinking that this is 700. Well, let's see if he's right. Given that the smallest share is 200, calculate the largest share. So you could go a long way about this, but if you notice that 200 is equivalent to this 2. So 2 to 5 to 7. $200 is the 2 parts of the price, and what we want to find is what's 7 parts of the price. So 1 part of the price, if 2 parts is 200, 1 part is 100. Okay, and that'll be 7 times 100 then, 700. Not too bad for a little bit of a tricky question. And now for the last question. Anything else is wrong, George? All right. It's 48. Okay. So 4 monkeys eat 4 bananas in 4 minutes. How long does it take 12 monkeys to eat 12 bananas? So how long does it take a monkey to eat a banana?
Mr. Collins, I think the screen is frozen.
Whoa, sorry.
Oh,
That was that. Maximo, was it?
yeah,
Maximo?
I thought it was frozen.
You thought it was 4? It's not 48. It takes 4 minutes for 1, yeah. It takes 1 monkey 4 minutes to eat 1 banana. That's correct. It takes 1 monkey 4 minutes to eat 1 banana. So they're all just separate monkeys eating 1 banana each. Each of them will take 4 minutes, but they're all eating at the same time. This isn't maths, this is stupid. It's logic.
You didn't specify that. They could have given at the different times. 1 at a time every 1 minute.
No, but you have to presume that there is no other, there is no like slow release. It was a bit of a trick question, yeah. But it's a logic question. It's not an English question, it's a logic question. So maths is full of logic.
Wait, hold on. But like, if it says if 4 monkeys eat 4 bananas in 4 minutes, does that mean like each monkey eats
All right.
4 bananas in?
One monkey eats one banana
In 1 minute?
4 minutes.
in 4 minutes.
What? Okay, I'm confused.
Does that mean that 12 monkeys would eat 12 bananas in 4 minutes as well?
48 minutes.
Yeah. It takes one monkey to eat one banana in 4 minutes.
No, it would be 4 minutes, Harry, because it still takes the same amount of time if they're all given it at the same time. Then it'd take 4 minutes still.
Answer, 4 minutes.
Ah, yes.
That's so dumb.
My mom is just too smart.
My brain hurts. That's confusing. I got 12 minutes.
Why would they take so long?
Because
They're monkeys. They're stupid.
This, like, the monkeys and
If
the
we
bananas.
spend the
why would
first
it take
10
them so
minutes
much
eating
longer?
the banana.
Monkeys can't eat bananas. Don't they like oranges or something? I mean, who likes bananas anyway?
These are not, well, they're interesting points, but they're not valid.
No, this is bad. This isn't
Yeah.
math. You should have just given us the ratio. You should just given us the rates, not this dumb question.
This is using proportion and ratios and rates. Sorry, not ratios.
You should have just given us the rates, ratios, and proportions then, not this annoying word question.
I know.
That's
Well,
confusing.
Okay. I'll go through it once more. So if you think about the rate that a monkey eats a banana, based off, so there's 3 different things here for a rate. So the rate is 1 banana in 4 minutes. 1 monkey will do.
Well, when I thought of this question, I actually thought that all the monkeys eat 1 banana at a time, and it takes 1 minute per banana. So
That's an interesting thought and question.
No, because if it says 4 monkeys eat 4 bananas in 4 minutes, does that mean like every monkey eats 4 bananas in 4 minutes?
No, it means one monkey takes 4 minutes to eat a banana, and they just have 4 of them.
Oh, okay, I'm confused. My
So
brain.
one monkey takes 4 minutes to eat a banana.
so I could say 100 monkeys eat 100 bananas, and it would still take 4 minutes.
Exactly.
This is annoying.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
A monkey takes 4 minutes to eat a banana. The fact that there's more of them eating bananas shouldn't mean it'll take longer time.
So they finish at the exact same time?
Exactly. So it should
They
be
just,
12
like,
minutes.
last bite? Just,
Actually, 4 8th graders, 8-years, take 4 minutes to eat their dinner. How long
Yo,
does
that's pretty fast.
I mean,
12
okay,
eighth
first of all, who takes 4 minutes to eat a piece like dinner? I mean,
All right, slice of
so
pizza.
short.
You take 4 minutes to eat a slice of pizza. 4
Too
each
long.
to eat 4 slices of pizza.
Too long.
12
You
slices of
just
pizza.
gobble
It's
it.
not going to take them 12 people 12 minutes.
Well, let's say the monkeys wanted to stare at each other and watch each other eat their own banana to see
is
who
not
could eat the banana the
logical.
best way.
Like, what happened if the
so it
monkey
take 12
accidentally
minutes.
dropped his banana on the floor and he didn't want to eat
Alright.
it anymore?
Well, we are now going into the realm of it. If you explained your thinking well on this one and showed your working that that 12 monkeys would take 12 minutes to eat 12 bananas, it doesn't make sense because then a million monkeys would take a million minutes to eat a million bananas, even though there's a million monkeys. It doesn't make sense that logically flow like that. But anyway, a 10 marks is unlikely unless you wrote 4.
Yeah, but you
No,
can't get a
we're
million
gonna.
monkeys in a place.
If you got this wrong, you get 0 marks. That's the conclusion.
That is the conclusion, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't get like a million monkeys in one place. That's impossible.
Okay,
Exactly.